is, of course, in the red, kicking from north to south. This is Shea Benny. They mean business already. This is a shot coming in. So the first seconds of the game, a shot from Haile Beckles, and testing, giving goalkeeper Regalio Holder an early feel of the ball, but very business-like start.
Well, if there was any doubt that St. Anthony's want to win this premiership title, I think they would have snuffed that out with the first second of the game. Very positive play.
This is Darren John being harassed by Charles there. Oh, he gives it away. Clapham trying to, certainly that is Bailey actually trying to get possession. Granger does well. Of course, Matthias Granger, tower of strength at the back for St. Mary's. This is Keith Gibbon. So, winner as, was it Charles? Charles seemed to be caught there with a high boot. Referee Bacchus immediately has a word with Alexander. Yes, it is Devon Charles. The man got the high boot. You could hear the cry, anguish as he went down. This is Keith with the free kick. It's a good ball there to Winner. This is Winner now in possession. Can't keep it in. So just a minute and a half and it's real action as ready here at St. Mary's ground. It's a good head on looking for Alexander. Gibbon gets it towards Granger. Nanton spreading it nicely to Spicer. This is Spicer looking for Charles, but it's well won here by Granger. Gets it to Bailey. Benny plays a good ball for the overlapping Granger into Beckles. Is he fouled? Yes, he is. So the first real danger for St. Mary's, a free kick for St. Anthony's in a very promising position. It very well could be Shea Benny is going to take this free kick. We've already seen him take free kicks for the season and has caused havoc.
Well, there we see Beckles getting in there, just pushed into his back. Didn't really have a chance, but this is Shea Benny, and this is where he's good.
There's no doubt it's going to be interesting. There's a 5-man wall that is put up. There's a 5-man wall, or it actually 1 to 4 in the wall, and Beckles is also from St. Anthony's going. Here's Benny. He gets it past the wall, around the wall. He went for the far post, just didn't, the accuracy wasn't there, and unfortunately it goes wide. So goal kick for St. Mary's, and
there's a ball just over the wall.
Matthias Granger is going to take the kick. We understand that Naparima has scored. So after 6 minutes, Naparima has taken the lead. So
sounds like Ronaldo McIntosh.
Yep. So as it stands, Naparima are ahead of the table. They're top of the table. But of course, Presentation, actually they're not top of the table because Presentation still would have a point. So it means that they would be ahead in goal difference. So this is St. Mary's trying to go up that left side through Alonso. This is Granger.
Sloppy.
Picked up by Poonanjaran. Still Poonanjaran. Back to Alonso. Nanton fighting for it. He does get possession, gets it out to Winner. This is Gibbon. A little bit of a loose pass. Picked up by Williams. Can't do very much with it. Good pressure by Terran Winner.
I must say, Colin, I know it's only been the first 5 minutes or so of this game, but I like the attitude of St. Mary's College thus far. Nothing really to play for this afternoon but pride, but they have been showing in their challenges and the way that they've approached this one. And they're not just going to lie down and allow St. Anthony's the opportunity to try and walk away with the trophy here this afternoon.
It's a good ball to Benny. Where was Holder going? He's got back in the goal now, but Holder started to advance, Brent, and one was wondering where was he coming. He suddenly he threw in a stop gear, and luckily for him, this is Alexander making the run. Is Beckles. He's getting, this is a chance. Oh, he hit it straight to the keeper. Well, the first real chance of the game has fallen to Hailey Beckles, and he hit it straight to the keeper.
Should have done better there, Colin. Had the entire goal for himself there. But he chose to put it into the goalkeeper's hands.
Nanton starting to come forward for St. Mary's. Looking a nice 1-2 between Spicer and Charles, but it seemed to have taken a deflection. We seem to have another score. There is the score. Naparima leading Trinity Mocha by 1-0. Of course, the ever-present Ronaldo McIntosh scoring for Naparima. So this is Benny. Wide is Bailey. He's fouled, so it's going to be a free kick for the Tigers. The crowd starts to build up here at St. Mary's ground. Thankfully, the sun has left us for a moment. So Benny with the free kick. It's not a bad one, but it's a little too close to Holder. Takes it down nicely. Judged it well. There's the Regalio Holder. Of course, he's with Badesi been interchanging in terms of the keepers for CIC. So CIC with a throw. Just about coming up to 7 minutes in this game. No goals yet. This is Charles. He loses it. Oh, this is a good run there by Brown. But a good tackle in the end. Jodel Brown, of course, scored quite a few goals for the Tigers. So this is long ball put forward there by Jesse Williams. It's picked up there by Clapham. And it's going to be a free kick for St. Anthony's. Understand that another goal for Naparima, but has been disallowed, Judah St. Louis. And we've heard that name so many times, Judah St. Louis. But the goal was ruled offside. So it's still 1-0 as Beckles has a shot, and well saved by Holder. He had to hang on to it, but there was Beckles turning beautifully and cracking it into the corner, and Holder was diving away. He came up with a good save, Brent.
Well, he had to be alert because Beckles with a good strike and goal, and Holder got down quickly to his left side and making sure the ball does not creep in on his far post. That's a good alert save there by Holder.
This is Beckles, still Beckles, looking to push it through towards Alexander. This Clapham. Oh, that's a bad ball from Poonanjaran, because Winner was completely free. Why did he decide to push it in front of him? Only Poonanjaran would know. This is Jesse Williams to Barkley. Benny
to the goal.
Beckles already proving to be a real thorn in the St. Mary's defense. Yes, I think Charles was hit in the back of his head by Deron John. Very accidental. Both of them went for the ball, and it appeared that John's elbow just went into the head, the back of Devon Charles, and let's have a look, Brent.
Yeah, it's just going up there. The ball, of course.
Yes, it seemed that just the hand
hit the back of his head. Yeah, it doesn't look malicious in any sense of the word. But Beckles certainly seems to be up for this one, Colin.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, Brent, he's given the freedom to roam, which is excellent.
Anthony's third string goalkeeper there. I don't know what's going through his mind. It's such a big game here this afternoon.
Hasn't been tested as yet, so we'll have to wait and see as the game wears on what he's made of. There is St. Anthony's on the... That's a good ball from Williams, looking for Bailey. It's picked up by Spicer. Gets it to Nanton. It's Benny winning it, getting it of course to Beckles. Beckles playing it square to Alexander. The shot comes over the bar. The shot coming from Jodell Brown, and it went over the bar, and the keeper was not tested. Keeper Holder, of course, we talked about keepers. We talked about Holder, of course. Elijah Shade, the keeper for St. Anthony's. There he is. Brent, he went on the Kickstart program to Manchester last year, and was a winner of the Digicel Kickstart program, and was afforded the opportunity to head out to Manchester. Very, very fortunate individual to have that opportunity.
You have to give Digicel credit for putting on these types of programs, Colin. These players, these young men are getting some big opportunities. I know back in our day, we would not have afforded such.
Well, we did get the opportunity to go to Tobago. But we understand that at Fatima Ground, it's still goalless, and from what we understand, Fatima is holding their own against Presentation, and not only holding their own, but if you had to talk possession, Fatima would be up on the possession rating. So we did say that it's going to be a tough game for Presentation down at Fatima Ground, but it's early days yet. Clearance from Granger, but foul committed on Jesse Williams. Free kick for St. Anthony's as the referee Bacchus goes to have a look at Williams. And Williams is all right. He's a young, tough customer. So skipper John with the free kick. Trying to find Bailey or Clapham, who has gone over on that side, far side. Bailey has come over on the left side. This is Spicer.
That's a tough tackle.
Good tackle from Deron John, the skipper. He's a toughie. We saw him at the last game play more on the left side. Here he's more in the center of the defense.
So those are my types of tackles. That's a lot of crunch in that one, Colin.
Except Brent, you would have been a little more over the top. But we won't go there. We just remember the days.
I'm not sure what you're alluding to, Colin. I was a very fair player, known for my discipline on and off the pitch, Colin.
Oh, okay, I hear you. No comment. So there's Poonanjaran. Still Poonanjaran. That's a good ball to Spicer. He's got some space.
He's got to get there quickly.
So Shade coming out to get that. Player is down in the meantime. It seems to be Granger. Yes, it is Granger now.
Looks like the captain now, Colin. Might be John. He may have hurt himself in the challenge.
Okay. Yes, it is. It is John. Yes, there is Deron John, the skipper. Seems to be his back.
Well, he was out for some time, Colin, during the course of the season with an injury. Hoping it's not the similar type of injury that he would have had before.
But he's such a tower of strength in the defense for St. Anthony's. And when he is around, they seem a little bit more assured. This is Williams. Brown. He's running himself into problems. Williams does well. Benny to Granger. This is Benny. So hit a little too hard. At the moment, the St. Anthony's midfield, Brent, they're not weighing up the passes too well. You could see them just overweight in their passes, hitting the ball a little too far ahead of their attackers.
Well, they're looking for that very acute pass to Beckles, making that kniving run through the heart of St. Mary's defense, and as you would know, Colin, that has to be a pass that's on point and has the right weight and of course direction on it, but they just haven't been able to find it. The idea is good though.
Well, the first quarter of the game has gone. Still, we await the first goal. Yes, goalless here at St. Mary's College Ground between these two. The battle of the saints, as we say. St. Mary's and St. Anthony's, as St. Anthony's got a free kick. This is Bailey. Oh, this is a good run. He loves to get to the byline. This could be problems. Excellent tackle in the end, coming in by skipper Nanton. But we've seen Bailey running at the defenders, getting to the byline, Brent, and getting the ball back. Good defending.
That's what he's dangerous and he's good at. That's where he wants to be, Colin, in those types of positions. It's a bit too much air in that one, Colin, in the corner from Che Benny.
Yes, and even though Gibbon was at the, not Gibbon, sorry, Jesse Williams was at the back post. He was marked by Gibbon. He was still able to get his header in, but couldn't get power onto it. Oh, he pushed it a little too far ahead of him, did Williams. So here's Poonanjaron for St. Mary's. That's a good ball to winner. He's got some speed. He crosses it one time, looking for Charles. And Charles just slips at most inopportune time. But good defending from St. Anthony's. This is Brown. Benny. Looking, of course, for Beckles. Nanton. Poonanjaron didn't collect it, but it goes through to Charles. Spicer is going up that left side. Gives it away to Deron John. This is Williams. Got a lot of time and space, but he decides to go back to skipper John. It's a good ball for Bailey. He wasn't able to control it. This is Beckles. Ball comes up onto his hands. It's going to be a free kick for St. Mary's.
Well, Beckles is going to have a tough afternoon against Granger. He's such a good athlete, Granger, Colin. He's really been that utility player for CIC. He's played in the midfield. We saw him earlier on against San Juan Secondary in the midfield. He's gone back to a central defensive position where he's really excelled for St. Mary's, and he is a tough customer.
Again, just letting you know the latest scores we have in the other games. Naparima leading by 1-0 at Trinity Mocha. So, oh, Naparima has scored again. So,
well.
Fronton has made it 2-0 for Naparima. And let's get an update on the score at Fatima. Presentation. A penalty from Jordan Riley for handball. So, presentation, they've got the lead. That's what they wanted. They would certainly rest more comfortably knowing that they have the lead. Poonanjaron to Nanton.
It's good football from
Keith. They're playing well. Winner to Keith. They're finding the players. This is good football. Spicer isn't able to control it, and it goes to John. He leaves it for Granger. This is Brown. Turns nicely with it. Trying to find Benny. But this is Spicer. Looking for the shot. Loose ball is picked up wide here by Charles. Spicer back to Nanton. Tell you what, if Nanton gets a shot off, he certainly will make we will see the quality of Elijah Shade. This is Bailey. Brought down. It's going to be a free kick for St. Anthony's. The Tigers. 20 minutes have gone. Goalless here.
There's Bailey wiggling and jiggling his way through the icy midfield. That's his type of football, isn't it?
Oh, it is. He loves to pick up the ball and run at defenders, as is Beckles. So hey, Shea Benny. It's a very difficult one. Sometimes those free kicks, Brent, defenders, forwards cross it, and sometimes the goalie loses sight of it. But give Holder credit, he was right behind the line of that ball. Yeah, Brent, they are your favorite girls, the Sports Max ladies.
Well, I haven't seen them for most of the season.
I know.
It's good of them to join us here.
You've been very unhappy most of the season. But they're here today with us at St. Mary's grounds. Not a bad crowd has built up. But of course, everybody trying to get the shade here. Most of the people are in the pavilion. There is the Father Jerry Panton Pavilion, where a lot of the spectators are protecting themselves from the sun. This is Nanton.
It's a good touch.
You could see him looking for that shot. That's a brilliant tackle from John. He sends, of all people, Beckles away. Beckles, still Beckles.
Is he going to shoot?
This is Clapham. Oh, he got the power, didn't get the direction. Lovely run again from Beckles. He squared it back, Brent, for that run coming from the midfield. Clapham picked it up. The shot was just off.
Beckles, ever ready, gets into the position, squares it at the top. Clapham comes in. Good first touch. Just always leaning away, not able to get the shot on target. He's always leaning back, Colin, so he never really had control and was able to really put his body over that one to put it on target.
That's a good ball from Charles. Can Justin Keith get it? He can. This is a good cross. Oh, just eluding. Is that Alonso? It seemed to be Alonso coming in at the end, but it just eluded him. Actually, it was Spicer who was at the far post, and it just eluded him. But it's Alonso with the throw. There is, of course, some of the spectators. They brought their own chairs along, which is important. But here is the Beckles looking for Alexander. Cross comes Philip. That's a good tackle. Does well, Granger, giving it to Nanton. Poonanjaran, back to Nanton. This is good football from St. Mary's.
Good strong play there by the captain.
Done well. Poonanjaran gets it to Keith. Well, he's gone all the way back to Philip. I think when you look at it, Brent, what St. Mary's are doing, they're frustrating St. Anthony's, because they're keeping possession of the ball, they're knocking the ball around nicely, and credit to them.
Yeah, they've done very well in keeping possession, just no real final product in their play. St. Anthony's, however, they are very direct. They're obviously trying to get Beckles in behind the back four, and he's ever ready and always willing to run. Of course, that one being an offside call. It's been a good, interesting game so far, Colin.
As I think St. Anthony's, of course, with the bulk of possession, and obviously as well in terms of the attack, they've had a couple shots on target. I think memory serves me right, St. Mary's, they've only had one shot on target, which Elijah Shea did well. This is John. A little bit of miscontrol from Granger, but he recovered, gets it to Alonso. It's a good ball from, this is Bailey looking for
Risky.
Alexander. Alexander does well, gets it back to Bailey. This is Shea Benny. Oh, he does well, problems. Oh, excellent bit of defending. Excellent defending there on the part of Granger. Of course, Matthias Granger, a seasoned player for St. Mary's. He's very experienced and a tower strength at the back. This is Brown. Good skill. Does well. Brown. Shot just going off target. Good 1-2 with Brown, but just didn't get the shot on target.
That's when St. Anthony's are at their best, Colin. That ability to play those nice intricate passes in and around the top of the 18-yard box and ending it, of course, with a wayward shot there by Brown. But that's when they are at their best. They're very good at those types of intricate passes. And St. Mary's needs to be careful.
Of course, if you're now joining us here on Sportsmax and CNC3, the other results: Naparima leading Trinity Mocha by 2-0 at the moment, and Presentation, they are leading Fatima through a penalty converted by Jordan Riley. But here comes St. Mary's and Williams. Oh, he's a cool customer at the back, Brent. Reminds me of somebody who used to play years ago for the national team. I thought he would have tried to get rid of the ball. He was playing with it, and eventually he's given away a corner.
Coach Shim seemed to think he wasn't that cool, Colin. He got up on his feet there with an anticipation.
Well, I think he thought that they could steal the ball from Williams. There's Jesse Williams walking away. Probably got a little bit of an earful from one or two of his players, get rid of it. But he's conceded a corner for St. Mary's. Spicer with the corner. That's a good ball. And Shade punches it away. Keith, he loses out. And he's quarreling with somebody instead of trying to get back quickly. It's a good ball towards Benny. That's a lovely ball. This is Benny. Oh, the power was lacking. Lovely bit of movement there again from St. Anthony's. The ball was played across to Benny. Played it through to Bailey. Didn't get the power.
It was a really rapid counter-attack out there to Benny. Sees his man Bailey making that run across. Granger in connection with him. He leaves his man for dead. Just didn't have the power at the end there with the shot. Good opportunity there for St. Anthony's. He'd be a bit disappointed with his final effort.
Did you see that ball went out to play, and Richard Chinfat just put up the left foot and just controlled it, sent it back to them?
Well,
very
I'm not
talented.
sure.
We have talented cameramen.
Well, I'm not sure anything would pass Richard Chinfat's foot, Colin. It's
I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I wouldn't carry on that conversation. But here we go with Punanjaran for St. Mary's. This is winner. One back by St. Anthony's. It's with Benny. He gets it out to Clapham. Beckles turns nicely with it. This is Beckles. Oh, what was that? It's going to be a goal kick. So let's get an update. Naparima, they've scored yet again.
Well, so much for Angus Eve talking about they don't have much of a chance. They're not playing that way.
No, it's 3-0 at the moment.
3-0. They're going for broke.
Bailey controls that. And he's taking on Gibbon. Oh, this is a good slide-in tackle from Philip, but it goes to John.
Colin, you must think that the scores are being filtered down to the various benches across the country in this epic day of football. You must wonder what is going through the players' minds, of course, when they hear the scores coming onto the pitch. I know as a player myself, you may think a bit of anxiety, knowing that it might just be slipping away from you. It might give you an extra pep in your step as well. But what a truly exciting day of football we have here with three teams vying for this championship, Colin. It's really a good advert for the league.
Oh, it certainly is. Oh, he heads it. This could be a chance. And oh, my word. Beckles didn't think Brenty got the power, but in the end, it turned out to be a good save from Holder.
It's good reaction save there by Holder.
The assist came from Nanton because Nanton was the one who headed it. There's Nanton.
Yeah, Colin, there's Nanton flicked in launchily at this Beckles. I tell you what, that was a very good reaction and save there by Holder. He's held his own so far, Colin.
Oh, he has. Just about half an hour gone here, and it's St. Mary's nil, St. Anthony's, the Tigers nil. But here are the Tigers coming forward again, but they've won a corner. So the corner taken short to Shea Benny. Oh, he's overhit that. He hasn't got his range yet, Shea Benny. He's played a few passes, but most of them have been overhit. Here's the goal kick. And be kept in by Spicer. Of course, when you look at St. Anthony's, when you look at the St. Anthony's bench, Brent, Coach Daniel, I don't think he's seated all afternoon. But this is Nanton. That's a good ball towards Spicer. That's it back to Poonanjaran. His control was awful. So it's picked up by John. What is he doing? He's given it right back to Poonanjaran with some not too smart play. This is Justin Keith. It's a good ball to Spicer. Poonanjaran. Oh, excellent tackle. Picked up by Brown. Oh, turning with nicely is Alexander. Still Alexander. Good tackle in the end, coming through by Gibbon. There we have a Tiger, just to my right, below the commentary position. You're not a Tiger? You're a Duckman? He's a Duckman. Not too sure what's happening here. Oh, he was a Tiger. This is Nanton. Still Nanton gives it to Poonanjaran.
Outside.
Oh, this was Winner trying to get Poonanjaran through. Wrong. Good tackle from Keith. Gets it to Spicer. Spicer on a run here. Looking for the shot. Oh, not a bad effort. But Shade got his body down, got his body behind it. There's some of the St. Mary's fans, of course, all looking on. They would want their team to end the season on a high.
It has been a gripping affair so far.
It has been. It's a good run from Jesse Williams. Again, what we've been seeing from both teams really, the build-ups have been good. They've been knocking the ball around nicely, and then all of a sudden, just that final pass, 9 out of 10 times have been overhit, and it's gone out of play or hasn't gone to the player intended.
Well, it has been an interesting game so far. No short of action. And of course, the fans here at Serpentine Road, they're all in a pensive state. It really has been.
Because it's been a gripping affair, hasn't it?
It's been a gripping affair. Both sets of fans would be happy so far, but as you rightfully said, Colin, the execution by both teams hasn't been good enough.
And you've got to give the defenders credit. I think both defenses have held out well. This is Poonanjaran. Oh, he gives it. This is Benny. Benny still. Oh. He just lost it, but they give it to Alexander. Here's Alexander. Good defending. The ball goes out. Well, so it's Naparima. Well, it's 4 now. 37 minutes, and they're already 4 goals up. So that's going to be a walloping for Trinity Mocha.
Any way you could throw the white towel in, Colin? Is that permissible in football?
Not at the moment. Basketball? Not at the moment. But I think my prediction is going to go out the window. I predicted Napoli would win 5-0. I wanted to put 6, but I thought no. I thought Trinity Mocha, they can't get 6, but they're going to probably get more than 6.
That's a good one.
The way things are going. This is Poon and Gerard.
He's going to strike.
That's not a bad effort. It takes a deflection. Or it seemed to, I thought it took a deflection, but it may have come off of St. Mary's body. But the more important scoreline is the presentation. And we have not got a score further than what we had a little earlier. And it appears that they are leading by 1-0. That is the important scoreline.
It's a wayward shot there, but you're correct, Colin. And of course, the staff here at Sportsmax keeping the viewers well on top of this gripping day of football with 3 games, and the title can go anywhere. But, of course, you can go back to the Man City, Manchester United, those of you who support the English Premier League, where the title was on a helicopter for quite some time. I'm not sure if we have that luxury here in Trinidad.
I remember that actually, and I was watching the game. The Manchester United, they had played Sunderland, and they had won, and basically the title was heading towards Sunderland, and Aguero scored in actually the last kick of the game.
For the last nanosecond.
Yeah, and all of a sudden the trophy went back down the road and headed back to where Man City was playing. But I think that's the beauty. That's what you love to see in leagues. You want the gripping game to go right down to the end. It's a great climax to the end of the league. Well, it goes on. It's 5 now, and we're still not at half time. All headed away. Of course, the all-important score, as we continue to say, is the one down at Fatima Ground, and presentation still lead by that Jordan Riley penalty. So the title will be heading towards presentation. But here's Spicer.
Oh, good idea, Colin.
I don't think Winner was alert to them.
Expecting the ball a little bit more outside of him. That's why St. Mary's are dangerous, Colin. They're very capable of a nice settling build-up play. And they're very confident in their wingers, and the likes of Winner and Spicer to deliver. As you rightfully said, both teams haven't been able to execute in their final submissions. This may be different here.
It's not a bad corner.
Oh.
So he's a St. Mary's College School photographer. Of course, taking all the photographs for the school. Not a bad ball. Oh, he's hit it over the bar. The best chance for St. Mary's, and unfortunately, he's hit it over the bar. Let's see, is that Devon Charles? I think it is Devon Charles.
Oh, it's a good ball into the box there. Finally gets over to Devon Charles. Just never gets his left foot over that one. It was always going high.
Well, Fatima College has equalized. Joshua Araho Wilson, 1-1. game on. And we always said, Brent, if there is to be any upset, it may very well happen down at Fatima ground. This is Brown. Beckles. Oh, he's trying to do a little too much. Oh, Holder. Oh, my word. Holder came out there and didn't hold on to it, but luckily he got hold of the rebound.
It's good patient ball in there by Beckles. He's trying to find there. He couldn't get onto him there, Colin. It's a good ball, good effort.
I thought he would have gone for the shot, though.
Yes. Alexander there.
That's a good ball as well, but Alexander then again going through the ball sent through by Bailey, but a little too much on it. Spicer sends a good ball inside to Keith. That's a hopeful ball. Oh, Spicer does well.
It's offside.
Yes. Winner is an offside position. So just about 3.5 minutes left of the first half. You have to wait and see how much added on time the referee is going to give. But we'll get that word in a while. It's a good ball towards Alexander. This is Benny to Alexander. Still Alexander. Oh, just as he was about to get the shot, seemed to have just slipped. Crowd is built up here nicely though, Brent. At St. Mary's ground. This is Spicer. That's a foul. Very interesting. Referee Bacchus, I thought he would have had a word with John, because in fairness, Spicer was around him, Brent.
Yeah, he was just about getting around John there, and he would have hauled him down.
Yeah.
And I thought Bacchus would have had at least a word.
You know, because really and truly, Spicer thought that's not a bad effort, but Spicer was away. I thought you defenders would call it a professional foul. No comment.
No comment in that, Colin. It's all part and parcel of the play. Defenders are very honest beings.
Oh, okay. If you say so, I will go along with you. So no goals yet here at St. Mary's ground. Of course, just Naparima winning by 5-0 so far. They're leading by 5-0 against Trinity Mocha, and at Fatima ground, the hosts, they're holding presentation 1-1 at the moment. This is Barkley. It's a good ball towards Bailey. Good tackle from Philip. Spicer. Punanjaran. Winner. This is a good build-up again from St. Mary's. Nanton sends a lovely ball to Charles. Charles looking to take on his man. Comes back out to Nanton.
It's a poor ball.
Picked up by Bailey. This is Barkley going down the sides of the field for a change. He's more in the center. Brown looking for Beckles. Beckles complaining that he was pushed. But in the meantime, here goes Nanton. Oh, he tried to do a little bit too much. So we're coming up to 45 minutes, and we do understand that there is a minimum of 1 added minute. St. Anthony's unable to break the deadlock. They need to score a goal or two, because Napa River now are breathing down their throats, because we'll have to work out some permutations at half-time, Brent. Can't do it now, it'll take me too long with my maths. Notice I didn't say your maths, I said my maths.
Well, you stand corrected there, Colin.
Here goes St. Anthony's, down the right side, trying to get Beckles going. Was Clapham, but he pushed it a little too far ahead of him, and it's going to be a throw. So we are into that minute of added on time, a minimum of a minute. We are into that minute. It's a good run. Alexander, still Alexander. He goes down, no, says the referee. He gives a goal kick. There was Alexander, really bulldozing his way through and tumbled to the ground. But referee Bacchus says, get up, and he pointed to the goal kick.
Alexander busted his way through. Looks like he just got his legs tied up there. I think referee Bacchus making the correct call there. But it was a close one.
And that's it. We are at the half here, and no goals yet between these two teams. St. Anthony's College, the Tigers, and of course the home team, St. Mary's College. A good game, a gripping game, good passing, good movement. Both teams good running off the ball. The only thing lacking, Brent, was a goal or two.
Yeah, we've seen both teams very good in their build-up play. Both sets of players showing the right attitude here this afternoon, Colin. But as you rightfully said, the execution by both teams has just been poor, not good enough. And that's the reason why we've had no goals again so far. And no real dangerous goal-scoring opportunities as well, Colin, despite of all the good build-up play that we've seen between both teams. But they will be disappointed with the execution so far.
Certainly would be. So we're at the half here at St. Mary's ground. It's St. Mary's none, 0, St. Anthony's 0. There, Brent, are the stats.
Well, St. Anthony's having the lion's share of possession. And of course, despite the 13 goals an attempt, not really troubling goalkeeper holder, except of course for that little niggling header there by Beckles. Other than that, it has been a very even game, but both teams, as I said, would be disappointed in the execution so far.
Yes, I think their final pass has been lacking. So that's it. We're at the half here at St. Mary's ground. Goalless so far. We're going to take a break. Okay, welcome back here to St. Mary's ground. It's goalless at the half. There we see some of the fans having a good time doing various skill competitions. But let's have a look at the highlights of the first half.
Well, it has not been a game of lots of opportunity. But there's Beckles with a turn and shot, and Holder matching it with a save. Sharp down to his left-hand side. Ball way over the bar there by Alexander. Beckles again, a live wire all of the first half. Getting around his marker there, laid it on top for Clapham. He takes a touch and then blazes over the bar.
Had the power, Brent, but the direction was lacking.
No direction there. Benny into Bailey. Trickery, no power. Yep. Long throw into the box. Header by Beckles. Nanton inadvertently to Beckles and hold a sharp lead on to his left-hand side to hold that one. And St. Mary's College in one of their forays, getting the ball up and again winner with an opportunity. No real clear-cut chances in this one so far. Both teams huffing and puffing, and there was Charles. Just didn't get his foot over that one.
Yeah, the best chance for St. Mary's.
And then Holder quickly off his line. It's a game of chess so far, Colin. no checkmate so far.
Certainly no checkmate, no goals yet. We've had some incidents, of course. St. Anthony's having the best of the chances, but they've not been able to put it away. Let's go down to Han.
Now, we're going to look at the top 3 goals of the season. But interestingly enough, one of the top 3 goals took place at St. Anthony's College grounds. Now, these 3 goals feature in alphabetical order the top 3 schools. We couldn't decide which one is number 1, so we just put them in alphabetical order for you. And here they are.
Okay, welcome back here to the second half of this encounter. It's St. Mary's College against St. Anthony's College, goalless at the moment as St. Anthony's on the attack through that man Clapham going up that, that's Brown, sorry, not Clapham, going up that left side. And he was thwarted, but he gets us through. It's a good ball, but hit a little too close to Holder, who does well, comes off his line very confidently and pulls onto it. We understand that there's another change in the scoreline at Naparima. Remember, at the half, Naparima were leading by 5-0. Make that 6 now. So they're on a rampage. Now remember, there is problems.
Poor decision there, Colin.
No, I was doing some calculations, Brent, at the half time. When Naparima were leading by 5-0, it means that their goal difference is plus 22. It's now plus 23. Presentation, their goal difference is plus 26. So if Naparima can score another 4 goals and win 10-0, and that result at Fatima stays as it is, and this one stays as it, well, as it, at the moment, they're ahead of goal difference of St. Anthony's. So even if St. Anthony's were to win here by 1 or 2, Naps would have a better goal difference. So it's all happening in South more than anywhere else. Here is Brown. Looking for Alexander. It's Beckles. He was trying to get it to Benny, but Nanton picks it up. Drums. I'm hearing the St. Mary's drums now. They've come out for the second half. Headed on by Charles, but he was looking for Winner to make the run. This is John. To Benny. Does well. Gets it to Barkley. Long ball searching for Beckles. Does a little too much. Oh, well won here by Clapham. To Bailey. Clapham goes for the run. And wrong comes Philip. They are the St. Mary's drummers. Not too sure, Brent, if they're in tune or in timing. Just I do apologize, but it seems to me they're just making noise.
Very harsh man there, Colin.
I'm sorry, I would have loved a little bit more of a melody. Not that I'm a big music man. So St. Anthony's with a free kick. No doubt Benny's going to take it. Must admit, I'm a little disappointed so far in Benny's delivery. tends to be much more accurate with his passing. Today, he's been a little off.
Been very off, Collins. The trajectory's been wrong, and the weight of his delivery has been poor as well. He's gone short here.
The shot comes. Oh! It's in the back of the net.
Looks like an offside, Colin.
Well, that's interesting, Brent.
Love to see this one again, Colin.
That's interesting. The shot came from about 30 meters out. How was it an offside there? Did he go after the ball?
There goes a shot there by Brown. Well, I tell you what, looks like Clapper maybe, Colin, in the box. But it didn't seem to touch the ball.
With play? Did he touch the ball?
He didn't touch the ball.
Not too sure. You know the rules changes ever so often. Here goes Spicer.
It's a good run by Spicer.
Excellent run. And he finished! Get the goal! So just like that, St. Mary's, after a goal has been disallowed, Boone and Geron comes down and seems to, not seems, well, I'm thinking if it's Boone and Geron, it looks like Winner. Is it Terran Winner? Well, he's opened the scoring here. Upset on the cards. Lovely run from Spicer, Brent. And Spicer, is it Spicer down? Let's have a look at it.
Well, there goes Spicer. Get it around this man. Good ball into the box. Punajaran misses, and there comes Winner. It's tapping it into the back of the old nylon. Ball across the box. Charles slips, but Winner there to put it into the back of the net. And the jubilation on the faces of the St. Mary's fans. Just when you thought we had more than enough permutations as to who would win this trophy here today, here comes another one at you, Colin.
Well, Terran Winner has put St. Mary's in the lead after St. Anthony's had a goal disallowed for offside. St. Mary's came down the field and they have scored. So, 1-0. St. Mary's lead and St. Anthony's. They've got to come from behind. Not only have they got to come from behind, but they've got to come from behind and win big. This is Beckles, and no foul, says the referee. This is Nanton. It's a good ball for Winner. But it's one back here by St. Anthony's. This is Alonso. Sorry, that not Alonso, but that was this is Bailey.
It's a good tackle.
Still Bailey in a tussle with Nanton. He's fouled this time, and it's going to be a free kick. No doubt Shea Benny is going to get excited.
This is what the game needed, Colin. A goal by either team, really. That's now put this game. Oh, he went for a quick one.
He's got the rebound. Sent it across. A player was, I don't think the wall was just about setting up when Shea Benny went for the quick free kick, and it struck somebody in the wall. It it looked like Philip in the wall.
You have to ask yourself, Colin, why would Shea Benny go for a quick free kick with the ability that he possesses? We've seen him score from those types of position before. Why not just set it up and have a proper crack at goal?
That's right. I must admit, I was a little surprised when he went for that quick free kick.
Forward.
This is Shea Benny looking to get it through towards Alexander. This is Winner being chased by Benny. Charles, well, but can't keep it in. Anthony's making a substitution. Sees Barkley's coming off.
Replay Spicer coming. Looks like a straight swap.
Powell is the man who's come on. So they've gone for goal.
They have to.
Barkley, of course, was the defensive midfielder.
Well, interestingly enough, Colin, it seems like Jesse Williams have pushed into the midfield for St. Anthony's.
Yeah. So confirmation of the substitution there. Jaden Powell coming on for Jordan Barkley.
They're going for broke here, St. Anthony's.
St. Mary's going to be making a substitution shortly as well. So,
you know, that was a foul there, Colin.
yeah, I heard you were going to call it. This is Alexander trying to get it towards Beckles. Good football on the part of Gibbon. Nanton looking for Charles. Gets it back to Nanton. Keith towards winner. Making the run. That's a good run from Nanton. This could be problems again for St. Anthony.
And he finished!
Oh! Charles, and the ball was just behind him, Brent. You could see the intention. He just couldn't get around it to put it back towards the net. So there is the change. Elijah Bain Hayes coming on for Therese Spicer. The grandson of Ian Bain, former Trinidad&Tobago player, and St. Mary's boy. Offside. Well, we're waiting to hear another development out of Naparima. We understand more things are happening in Naparima. But here is Bailey. Oh, he does well.
This man, can he deliver?
Gets it across. Benny. Just look at this. That's not a bad ball towards Powell.
He's got to finish.
This is Alexander. Yes, he does. He does. Kishon Alexander has equalized for St. Anthony's. Kishon Alexander makes it 1-1. And someone is on the field where he really should not be.
Well, the Tiger is on the field, Colin.
Yeah, but that's disgusting. He needs to come off. Let the game get on. There he is. Okay. You've made your point. Get off the field now. I don't like to see that, Brent. Yes, you're a supporter. And run around the field. Do what you want, not on the field. But the most important thing, it's now 1-1. It's a good ball from Poonanjaran looking for winner. But good build-up by St. Anthony's for that goal and a good finish. He was almost on the ground, Brent, when Alexander was able to put the ball into the back of the net.
This game really a nice edge now, Colin.
That's another good ball. Good defending. Excellent defending there by, looks to be Philip. Oh, Gibbon. That's Gibbon. Justin Gibbon. So 57 minutes gone. Sure, that's not the last goal we've seen. We're going to have a look at that goal, that St. Anthony's equalizer in a minute. But an excellent goal from Kishon Alexander that has put St. Anthony's back into this game.
There we see it, Jaden Powell coming onto the field. Alexander, the errant touch, but he gets around Granger, and there's nothing much Holder can do there. Into the back of the old nylon. Colin, you just think that this game would have some more turns and twists in it, just like the title race.
Here goes Alexander. Still Alexander. Powell. Oh, he's
Offside.
yes,
He's in
an offside position. Because Holder actually brought down Beckles, but he was in an offside position. But Alexander again causing problems. The shot from Powell. Here is the run, Brent, from Alexander.
Leaves it back to Powell there. It's a good shot on target. But that man there, Beckles, in an offside position.
It's a good ball from B, but a little bit too far ahead of Nanton.
You can just feel the heat rising here, Colin. The tempo of the game has picked up. And St. Anthony's College, knowing that their title hopes were dwindling away and they need to do something about it.
I understand Naparima leading by 7 goals to 0, which makes very interesting reading. There is this could be problem. Nope, well cleared. That's a good run here from Bailey. Sends the ball apart. Good save. Powell hitting it on the volley. Presentation has scored. So Prez has gone 2-1 up. So Presentation, they've gone 2-1 up against Fatima. And Naparima, they are leading by 7 goals to 0 against Trinity Boca.
Well, Colin, I've said to the viewers before, get your popcorn, put your feet up, make sure don't turn away from Sports Max and CNC3, because today is decision day and it's all action, it's all happening here. Scores are coming in. I can tell you, the excitement here at St. Mary's Grounds and all over, Colin, it's at a high pitch here, fever pitch.
My question to you is, what has gone wrong with Trinity Mocha?
It's called survival. They have survived relegation, Colin. That's what they're all about.
There is 1-1 just on the hour mark. And we have free kick for St. Mary's. So just about 61 minutes gone here. And this encounter, 1-1 at the moment, gripping stuff here at St. Mary's Ground. It's been a good game, Brent.
It's really gone to another octave here with the goals being scored by both teams.
This is Powell. Making the run is Alexander on one side. This is Alexander. Oh, excellent bit of goalkeeping from Holder. He came at the right time, Brent, and he was able to stop the ball from eluding him. Excellent bit of. I thought at 1 minute he might have been just that little bit late, but he did well.
Well, see Granger coming in on his blind side. May have put him off there. I'd like to see that one again.
Shea Benny with the shot. Straight to the keeper. Oh, he goes on. Tell you what.
Not for the faint-hearted, Colin.
I'm telling you something. The screws are starting to be turned.
Well, here comes Daly coming inside. That's a free kick attempt there. But there goes Shea Benny dipping inside. Left foot. Hold on. Does he have it? No, he doesn't.
Okay. But I tell you what, St. Anthony's starting to turn up the heat. Angeron is making some room for himself and making that run is Nanton. 2 men in the middle.
Good ball.
Devon Charles is the man putting it into the back of the net. What football here from St. Mary's. A super move. The ball was spread by Punanjaran. Nanton, who's come over on this left side, coming on there. Spicer's come off. He's picked up that position, went down the line, squared it, hit his bread. So pinpoint.
Good ball into the box, and Charles with a towering header into the back of the old nylon. Look at the ball. Right onto his head. Who needs Game of Thrones, Colin, when you got a game like this?
I tell you,
excitement all the way through.
I tell you what, another sublime move here from St. Mary's. The ball was played wide, and when you get that, that's the beauty of Gabriel Nanton. The cross was absolutely measured to perfection. The header from Devon Charles. I mean, that's training ground routine, Brent. So go wide, get it over into the back of the net.
Yeah, you've got to give credit to the delivery there by Nanton. Right onto the head of Charles. He didn't have much to do, but just sticking it to the back of the net. St. Anthony's College, they have 20 minutes or more to save their hopes of winning the Premiership title. Hold on to your seatbelts, guys. This is going to be an exciting finish.
I tell you what, even second place is slipping away from St. Anthony's. That's a ball looking there to spread it towards Bailey. Was Clapham, but it's picked up here by Winner. He's come over onto this left side. Nanton to Charles. Bean getting it towards Winner. This is Bean.
So good tackle.
Well won here by Punanjaran. Still Punanjaran. Now he's fouled. 65.5 minutes gone. St. Mary's, they are leading by 2 goals to 1. Presentation, I understand, is leading by 2 goals to 1 as well, Brent?
Yeah, they're leading their game.
Here's that cross looking for Winner.
Lucky boy.
Nanton.
No, it's too much. Too much.
Well won by Williams. Benny. Beckles is offside. The referee hasn't spotted it as yet. But Beckles, he made his run. He knew there's this telepathy between Benny and himself, and he knew Benny was going over the top. He made his run just a little too early.
Just a bit too early there. And that's the danger that they possess. There's that running battle between Beckles and Granger. Holder does well there to come off his line. He's been alert in that goal as well.
St. Anthony's making another substitution.
They're going to have to go for broke, Colin. They not only need a win, they need goals. They need to run up that goal difference. So they're going to have to go for it.
Looks like Quinn Frederick is the man who's come on. Not sure who he's come on for. We'll have to get that confirmation in a while. But this is Prowell to Benny. Giving it to Beckles, but Granger is right there. And anywhere will do. Trinity has scored.
Not surprised, Colin?
Well, I'm shocked, not surprised, but it's 8-1. 8 goals to 1 now. Quinn Frederick coming on for the goal scorer, Krishan Alexander. So Naparima leading by 8 goals to 1. But more importantly, presentation, they still hold that 2-1 advantage.
Well, I tell you, it's a close one, Colin. This is the problem St. Anthony's have.
Yeah, because they're now starting, they're going all out for attack, so they could very well be hit on the counter-attack, but most of their team are back into position as winner. Gets it to Nanton. Oh, this is a good run from Nanton. Seems there's down. It's let's see, could be Granger. The player down. Anthony's already have made what, 2 substitutions. Actually, they've made their 3 substitutions, and if Granger can't continue, they're going to find themselves in serious problems.
Well, there's still a lot of time left in this one, Colin, and I must admit, there's the coach Daniel there. I have to admit, it's a bit odd for him to go for broke this early in the game. It's only 2-1. His team still has had some opportunities on goal, but it seems like St. Anthony's are playing all 11 men up front.
Yeah, well, I think I just want to make a correction. I think they've only made 2 substitutions. Powell has come on, and Quinn Frederick, they are the 2 men that have come on for Barkley and for Alexander. So they've still got another substitution if Granger can't continue. Williams. This is Matthias Granger for St. Mary's to Bain.
Oh, he's lucky.
Nanton. He's had a good game.
Very good game. That's a good ball. Well done by John.
Elijah Shade. He's kept well, Elijah Shade. You can't fault him for the 2 goals that he scored.
I thought both goalkeepers have done well this afternoon, Colin. It's a good ball there. It's onside.
But he can't control it. And anywhere will do for Justin Keith.
The crowd is really built up here this afternoon, Colin.
That's for sure. You know, it's a good crowd here looking at this game. This is John.
They have to be careful. It's loose, and like, this is what the problem is here for St. Anthony's.
It's 3v2.
He gets it across.
Good defending in the end by Jesse Williams. But Brent, this is going to be the problem. They're going to be caught on this counter-attack because they're pushing forward almost everybody. It was actually Shaquille Clapham, the man down. He's going back onto the field, but here it is.
It's Jesse Williams tries to look in across field there for Charles. Just couldn't get it into the midriff of Jesse Williams. As I said, Colin, it's a bit too early to be throwing everything forward. Still have at least 25 plus minutes into this one, maybe 30 plus minutes with time added on. There's still a lot of time in this football game. They need to stay tactically disciplined throughout, Colin. You don't want to go 3-1 down, then it might be game over.
Well, we've still got another 18 minutes and added on time. This is John. It's a good ball.
He's offside.
Yes, he is. Started to make his run again too early, but a good ball from John, but he was just making the run a little too early there on the far side.
So it's a good opportunity, Colin, to explain to our viewers the different permutations that this afternoon is revolving around, with the 3 teams vying here for the SSFL title Of course, Presentation College out front, a win, and Presentation College is the champions.
So Preto on for Clapham, the final substitution for St. Anthony's. Yeah, well, at the moment, really and truly, once Presentation keeps that lead, no matter what Napari and St. Anthony's do, the title is heading towards Presentation. This is winner. Being pursued here by John.
Oh, tough challenge.
Excellent, excellent from Darren John. Or Darren John, sorry. Darren John, not Darren. The skipper for St. Anthony's. Good challenge, he's a tough customer. This is Nanton, the skipper for St. Mary's. From Granger. Foul on Preto, the man who's come on as a substitute.
Look at this for a challenge there by John. Ho, ho, ho. Crunchy crunch, Colin.
You love it, don't you? Granger does well. It's it to Alonso, but ball is won back here by St. Anthony's. Away goes Bailey. He's the danger man. It's a good ball to Prowell, but there's Nanton.
Well done.
Nanton right back, helping his defense. He's worked all afternoon as Gabriel Nanton. He's had a wonderful game. The St. Mary's midfield today, Brent, has been much more alert. That came, he didn't get there. Finally headed away. But this is John.
Can't lose it, can't lose it. This is the problem they have. I think they're in problem.
Where goes John? Oh, excellent. So St. Mary's leading here still by 2-1.
They're playing a dangerous game, Colin. They really are.
Coming up to 75 in the last quarter of this game. Bailey does well, but it's picked up by Winner. Back the ball goes out. It's going to be a throw for St. Mary's. A man down in the middle of the field. Not too sure who it is. Very well be Charles, Devon Charles. It is Devon Charles.
Well, you have to think, Colin, with the amount of changes that St. Anthony's have made to their team in terms of this game, it would have affected their fluidity.
Well, I was about to say that. You know, they haven't looked a fluent team this afternoon.
No, not at all.
You know, they've played well in patches, but knocking the ball and using the width of the field, getting to the byline, we haven't seen that today very much from St. Anthony's. They've played in spurts, and we've seen them. Their game against Presentation was far better than this. Reminds me of the QRC game in a way, where they played in spurts.
Very much so, Colin.
Free kick for St. Anthony's. This is one of the danger men that we've not really seen much of today. Bailey does well, gets the wrong Alonso. Gets into Prowell.
He's going to have a shot.
It's well blocked by Gibbon.
It's well defended.
So St. Mary's doing a good job here, keeping St. Anthony's out.
What they've been able to do, Colin, St. Mary's, they've been able to stay disciplined throughout this game. They've not lost their shape, despite the pressure by St. Anthony's College. They've maintained their shape, they've maintained their discipline, and because of that, they've found themselves just slightly ahead here.
This is Williams. Up by Bailey. Beckles. This is Benny. Shea Benny.
Good skill.
Not a bad ball. Oh, brilliant.
Top class save.
Brilliant. Because the ball was heading towards Powell at the far post and it would have been curtains. But Holder, the anticipation on the dive was superb.
Look at Benny. Good trickery. Nice right foot the ball. There goes a brave goalkeeper in Holder coming out and punches and clearing his line. Defenders love to see that from their goalkeeper. Good positive goalkeeping from the young man.
Now St. Anthony's with a free kick. Shea Benny looking for further updates as to what is happening at Naparima, but the scores are unchanged from what we gather. Still 8-1 for Naparima, and presentation still lead 2-1. But here's the free kick, and the ball seemed to have come off of Jesse Williams. He doesn't agree with the lines, with the referee's assistant, and it's going to be a goal kick for St. Mary's. So coming up to the last 10 minutes of this game, St. Anthony's right now seem to be heading for defeat, and if they do, it means they will finish third in the league. They started the day in second position. Here goes Nanton.
Offside. They've done well this afternoon, Colin, St. Mary's. They've really played well. Very buoyant in their attack and their play.
Crowell.
It's good defending.
Can't get past Granger.
Well,
Give him a corner.
thought that was a goal kick.
Well, I thought it might have been a foul on Granger, actually. Matthias Granger, but the assistant referee was right on spot, and he's indicated it's going to be a corner. So Shea Benny with the delivery. 5 red shirts in the box.
Ball.
Just Crowell couldn't keep the header down. Excellent corner, but the finish from Crowell was not good enough. St. Mary's defending for all they're worth. This is Williams. Ran into a bit of a cul-de-sac there, had nowhere to go. It's Crowell.
That's a good run.
This has an excellent run. You know, he's ran into problems, but this is Bailey to Beckles. Back to Bailey.
Oh,
Crowell. Oh,
top save.
well. We now understand why Holder's in the team. He's replaced Bedesi, and he's having a wonderful afternoon. It's Benny with the corner.
Oh, boy.
Slipped out of his hand.
Not for the faint-hearted, this one.
This is Benny again with the Bailey. Goes wide.
Right. There goes Powell.
He really hit that,
He
didn't he?
hit that with a lot of venom, but Holder putting up the right hand. That's a top-notch save there by the young man.
Latest score we hear coming out of Naparima. Naparima now lead by 8-2. So Trinity Mocha, they've pulled 2 goals back, somewhat denting the hopes of Naparima.
That's a foul.
Beckles brought
That's
down.
naughty. That's naughty. There's no need for that.
Bain gets a card.
I don't think he knew much about that one, Colin. Bain was guilty of being a victim there. Beckles with a bit of afters, really not called for. Frustration stepping in, you'd have to say, Colin?
Yes, a bit of frustration.
Beckles, he was fouled, but there's a bit of afters there by Beckles. That's a bit naughty there by the young man.
That's a good ball. Powell heads it on. Here comes Older.
That's brave.
This is Quinn Frederick, but he loses it. Well, Brent, at the moment, if I've got to give man of the match, I'm boiling it down to two players.
I know what you're about to say, Colin.
I'm boiling it down to Gabriel Nanton in the midfield for St. Mary's, who's worked tirelessly all afternoon up and down the field. He assisted with the second goal. Here is Bailey, and we'll get back to that. But Bailey does well. Sends the ball across. What a miss!
He's got to finish.
What a miss there! Who was that? It seemed to be Granger. Granger's gone up into an attacking position. There is the confirmation of the yellow card, and Elijah Bain hears. Now, Kesa Granger is Matthias Granger from St. Mary's, their brothers. But here is that ball, Brent.
It's a good ball.
How did Granger miss?
Not end up in the net there, Colin.
Well, we're into the last 5 minutes of this game. 4.5 minutes, and added on time. St. Mary's, they have created a huge upset. Whatever happens now, even if St. Anthony's were to equalize, you have to say, Brent, it's an upset. Here they go. This is Charles. It's a 2v2 situation. Great defending by Williams. And I was getting back to, but here he's robbed of it. This is problems.
He's got to finish.
Oh my word! He's had the shot and was blocked off by the keeper, but he should have finished.
Well. Just when you think they would have cleared the danger, ball into John. He's struck by winner across. And look at this for a save, Colin. Well, can you catch your breath?
Well, it's going to be a corner, and I was about to get back to the man of the match. I'm speaking about Gabriel Nanton. The other man I would look for man of the match would be the St. Mary's goalkeeper. So those are my two candidates, Brent. Over to you, but in the meantime, let's look at Bailey. This is Bailey.
Good skill.
Does well.
Let's go. Oh boy. Too much.
We understand that it's almost full time up at Naparima. It's full time for one, we gather. And it appears that Naparima has won 8 goals to 2, which means that they have ended with a goal difference of plus 23. There it is, 8 goals to 2. Trinity Mocha coming back to get 2 goals in there. Just have to wait and see what's happening at Fatima Ground. We understand it's still 2-1 presentation, and there's about 4 minutes to go.
I can tell you, fans of both teams are going to be anxiously awaiting the score. This is truly exciting stuff.
A good strong challenge. John looking for Bailey, but that's overhit. So we just about 2.5 minutes, just about 2 minutes left in this game, and we understand that there's going to be a minimum of 4 minutes added on time. Frederick gets it to Benny.
well defended.
This is winner. Making the run is Charles. Gets it to Poonanjaran. It's going to be a throw for St. Mary's, who seem that they're going to end the league season on a high. Can Bailey keep it in? He does well, but does very well.
Ball's out.
It's going to be a goal kick. So Kyle Carrington was the one, Brent, you would have thought a little while ago he had the great opportunity to put St. Mary's 3-1 up. Well, from what I gather, we are in the 3rd minute of added on time at Fatima Ground. Presentation, they are 1 minute away from being crowned champions.
Oh my
winner! Winner! He gets the chance. Oh my goodness! What a stop there! What defended from Jesse Williams! Unbelievable! Unbelievable here at St. Mary's Ground. Jesse Williams. Oh, what defending by this young man!
Well.
Where did he come from? He was like a Superman.
The ball eventually comes, so when a goalkeeper comes, doesn't get it. When a wrongs, the goalkeeper defender puts it across to Charles, and the upright says no.
Came off the upright, did
Yes,
it?
it did, Colin. The upright made sure it did not go in the back of the net, but Williams cleaned up. End-to-end action here. Still don't know where this trophy is heading, Colin.
Well, from what I gather, has that game ended? Well, we're at Fatima Ground, and the players are still on the field. So it means that what I gather, we are in the final minute of added on time at Fatima Ground. Presentation, they are still leading by 2-1, and if that result stays as is, it means that the title is going to Presentation. Here we have a look at it.
Quickest to the ball, gets it, gets his head up, sees Charles in the middle, settles the ball, puts it across to Charles with the simplest of tasks, and there comes the upright.
Well,
he must wonder where that upright came from,
yes,
Colin.
He should have put that ball in the back of the net.
Of course he should have. It's the last minute in Fatima Ground, Colin. Here we are.
There we are at Fatima Ground.
Excitement.
And of course, we're in the final minute of that game. And Presentation, they lead by 2-1. Here at St. Mary's Ground. Unbelievably, the score is still just 2-1. You didn't tell me your choice of man of the match.
I don't normally say, Colin, because you always take the lead on it.
No, I gave you my options. You may have 3 more different options.
Well, for the first time, Colin, you're correct with your options. And I would go with Holder. He has really been outstanding here this afternoon.
From what we gather, the game is over. And Presentation, yes.
Champions.
Presentation, by virtue of beating Fatima by 2-1, they are crowned champions. But here we are. We are into the final now. I'm not sure if we've had a 4 minutes minimum, but there was an injury during that stoppage time, so I'm almost certain the referee is going to play a couple extra minutes. So here is the corner.
It's got to finish here, Colin.
Powell. Bailey. Beckles. This is Benny.
Good blocking there.
My word. That's a free kick for St. Anthony's. Benny is going to take it. Are we going to have this? So here is Benny. We've seen what St. Anthony's can do in the last minute of a game.
And their hopes are gone, that's for sure, Colin.
Oh, it's for sure.
It's all about pride here.
They want to avoid defeat. It's going to be Shea Benny with the free kick. Charles getting a yellow card. Devon Charles. But here is the free kick from Shea Benny.
Here are some of the scenes there, Colin.
Yep.
Presentation College. Champions. Beautiful drone shot there.
Here is the free kick from Benny.
It's a good ball. Scott.
So the free kick going the way of St. Mary's. Now we've played the 4 minutes of added on time, but we've had an injury, and I would be surprised if we probably go on for another minute and a half. Winner couldn't keep it in. St. Anthony's still trying to at least get an equalizer, but here's Nanton. And that's it. So St. Mary's have come out victorious here. They've put St. Anthony's into third place. They have ended the season on a real high. St. Anthony's, who came in as favorites, have not been able to gain the victory here this afternoon, and defeat for St. Anthony's by 2-1. The goals coming from Winner and Charles for St. Mary's. Of course, Alexander scoring the lone goal for St. Anthony's. So there is the stats. Of course, shots on target 15-4, the keeper saves 12-2, and goal attempts, of course, 25 to St. Anthony's, but that was not good enough. So that's it. It's full time here, 2-1 at the St. Mary's ground. We're going to take a break and come back. Welcome back here to St. Mary's ground. The hosts victorious against St. Anthony's, winning by 2-1. Victory in the end, you have to say, thoroughly deserved. They were put under a lot of pressure by St. Anthony's, but in the end, they held firm and they were able to come out victorious. Let's have a look at the highlights. So there is the first shot coming across the goal, and there was Winner. The ball was laid on to Winner. Poor defending. Winner came in and just slotted it into the back of the net. He was unmarked, and just like that, St. Mary's took the lead. Then another raid from St. Mary's, and there was Devon Charles. Unfortunately, the ball was hit just behind him, but quickly we saw the St. Anthony's team. They will put on a few substitutes and they look for the winner, or they look for the equalizer. They got it through that man, Kishon Alexander. He put it into the back of the net, but there was Holder. He made numerous saves, keeping out the St. Anthony's defense. The cross ball coming in, the shot, and there was Holder getting right behind the ball. He made save after save, critical saves. There was Benny with a shot. He dropped it, but you know what? It didn't pass the line. And there was St. Mary's getting the go-ahead goal, and what eventually turned out to the winner from Devon Charles, a pinpoint cross coming in from Nanton. But it wasn't over yet, because There came St. Anthony's looking for the equalizer, and there was Holder, a brave save, getting there just before Alexander, and then Powell with a smacker, and he put it over the bar. St. Mary's should have gone 3-1 up as the ball was played out towards Carrington. He had the shot, good bit of saving there from Shade, and then the chance of chances, there was Winner, sent it right across the field, and Devon Charles should have put it away, but great defending from Williams. So those are the highlights. A really excellent game. St. Mary's coming out victorious by 2-1. So there we have it. St. Mary's the winners. We'll head across now to Hans Devines. He's got the man of the match with him.
Move that way. Right now, we actually have our man of the match for today, the keeper for St. Mary's College. We welcome keeper Holder. Come across here. Let me just congratulate you. I mean, you were the keeper for most of the season. How does it feel to come on this game, the game that, you know, set all the teams apart and really walk away with that man of the match title?
Well, initially I started the season at the under-16 level, and with my performance at that level, I was promoted to the senior team, and I want to thank the coaches for that, Coach Ransham, for the opportunity, and now I want to take this confidence and take the team into the Intercollegiate Championship.
All right, well, congratulations. We want to welcome one of our Sportsmax representative young ladies to present you with the Man of the Match trophy. We say congratulations to keeper Holder. Brent Sancho is with the coaches right now. So, Brent, let's hear what they have to say.
Thank you very much, Hans. I'm here now joined by Coach Daniel of St. Anthony's College. Coach, just wasn't your day today.
Brent, we know how football is, right? You don't score your goals, you can't win your matches.
What do you think you guys went wrong in terms tactically? Do you think the game plan was the correct one this afternoon?
I think the game plan was the correct one, but you know, sometimes when other results at the board side comes and the boys on them was another high, and now, you know, they could have been in a shell today because of the situation yesterday to today.
Right, looking forward to the Intercol, of course, St. Anthony's North Zone. What are your thoughts?
Well, Brent, we're going at it. This is how the game is, and we have to understand, and we still have a competition to win.
Well, thank you very much, Coach Daniel, of course, of St. Anthony's College. I am now joined here by Coach of the victorious Saints, St. Mary's College. Coach, upset, party spoilers?
Today, well, yeah, I guess so. You know, you could call us that. I really didn't want to hurt St. Anthony's in that way, especially as they were battling for the title. But at the end of the day, Clash of the Saints has to be epic.
What are your thoughts on today's competition? Where do you think St. Mary's got it right?
This game today, I thought we put down the ball well and we tried to pass it, make St. Anthony's chase us a bit, and that really helped us control the game.
Of course, looking forward to Intercol. How are your chances going into the, of course, North Zone Intercol and, of course, the National Intercol Championship?
Yeah, well, we have St. Anthony's again, and Fatima, who gave us a shellacking here last time, but we have some thing to organize and get back at them, you know.
Well, thank you very much, Coach. Of course, I would like to congratulate Presentation College on winning, and of course, I'd also like to pass on to Hans Devine in an exciting afternoon of football.
Thank you very much, Brent Sancho. We want to say thank you to our viewers on CNC3 for watching. See you next time. Now, on the 21st of November, we bring you the first game of the Coca-Cola Intercol 2017. We want to say thank you and congratulations going out to Presentation College, the winners of the 2017 First Citizens Shell Premiership. Congratulations and thank you for a great season of Premiership football. Till next time, my name is Hans Devines. On behalf of the entire Sportsmax team, we want to remind you, join us on the 21st of November as we bring you Intercol action. Thank you to our sponsors, Shell, Powerade, and Digicel. See you next time.
This broadcast was brought to you by Shell, Powerade, and Digicel.